All right, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Beyond Charts Morning Brew. It is March 4th, 2022. All right, so we got a lot to cover here, like we always do. Let me just dive into it. We're going to show you the plays, the opportunities that exist every day. So welcome to the special. We're out there, we're out there. Let me see who's out there. Got to look this way. But let's see. Hey, what's up, James? What's up, James? Not awake yet? All right, yeah, we're getting it. We're getting it. All right, so I'm gonna just jump into it because there's a lot to cover, guys. Today, expect a big day to the downside. All right, I gave out my levels on the Patreon page, so we're gonna have to look beyond that. So when I'm gonna ask you if you're a member of the Patreon page, I'm gonna ask you to look for the levels for the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It looks like we're probably going to head them. I don't know what's going down. Excuse me. One of my computers is interrupted. Okay, so TradingView is, sorry, I'm jumping from another computer here, so I have to restart it to get ready for today. All right, close. Okay, so let's dive into it. I'm going to get rid of myself and just go into it. All right, so right now, as you notice, guys, we have crude. Crude's going up to about $111. Putin just attacked a nuclear power plant or is taking over the power plant. So that's a big deal. It happened overnight and the market collapsed. Also, the meetings went well. They said they're going to have a third meeting. I don't know how this thing is going to stop it, but this is not priced into the market. So the futures are down to about 300 points on the Dow, S&P about $38, NASDAQ about 0.78. So again, guys, this is the unknown that we are seeing in the marketplace right now. So it's a big deal. Let's see. Quit. Okay, close. All right, I need to go in. My computer's not restarting. All right, so let's dive into this. Let's see what's happening here, overall markets and levels. So let's look at the overall markets here. All right, so right now, futures are going to be opening at roughly 43.21. 43.21. That's going to put us right now, 43.21. And again, we're a little bit delayed because I don't have TradingView up yet. But 43.21 is going to put me right around 43.12. So right around that 4,300. So again, it looks like we're probably going to retest the lows here. That is a possibility of 41.20, 41.20. Okay, so just know that, and that is a possibility. Okay, there we go. Try again. See if that works. Okay, so right now, this is the unknown. So we have higher lows, and still the market's going up. Couldn't break above 200. So again, I wouldn't buy the dips here, guys. Let it chase. Don't base. Remember, we're still in a basing pattern. Nothing really here to buy anything at this moment unless you're trading it. If you're investing, it's a whole different other story. I would just wait. Again, the NASDAQ is going down, and so is the Russell. Okay, so levels here for today. Let me look at the VIX. VIX is climbing for today again. So we have the last couple of weeks. We noticed that the VIX has been pretty high. Nothing has been really gone down. We're staying in this range this week of around 28 and 35. So if we start breaking above 34, then we're probably going to head lower, guys, on the SPX. Okay, Treasury notes heading lower. NBC is going after the U.S., or they're asking to go out of the oligarchs. So that will make sense why the Treasury notes are going down, because more than likely they're probably going to be purchasing some Treasury yield bonds. Okay, so Treasury bonds. So once again, that's probably what I feel is happening here as far as the Treasury notes. But watch it. So far, the VIX is going down today. This is actual events. So let's see if any news is going to hit the wire. Okay, so now, as far as the XPX, I think is this one here. I was looking at the 1 minute. Let's go into the hourlies here. As you can tell, we broke a little bit above. Okay, we're probably going to be opening up, like I said, right below that 50-day moving average. The levels on the bottom on the XPX are going to be probably 42.78. And then we're probably going to hit 42.23 or 22. That number keeps popping up a lot. So 42.22. Pit stop right around that 42.81. If that gets taken out, that's an accelerator, meaning it's going to go or it's going to halt right there. Okay, that's a big number on the SPX. Then we have this 42.22. All right. And then if that gets taken out, more likely we're probably going to go into, 41.18. Is that a possibility? Don't know. Again, I don't know what the narrative is. Right now, the narrative is this. It's pretty simple. It's, they're taking over the nuclear power plant. What's going to stop all of this, right? So you have to ask yourself, what's going to stop it? What does Putin want? Or ideally, what is the narrative that he wants? So, he doesn't want NATO into Ukraine. I think that's pretty obvious, right? And he's not going to stop. He's pretty adamant. It's not going to stop. That's it. So, again, we are putting all these sanctions. So he's doing a military warfare, and we're doing financial warfare. So, you have to ask yourself a couple of things here. It happened after the Olympics. They're going after the water, the power grids, so it's very strategic. Did you not think maybe that he knew that the U.S. was going to put financial, sanctions on him? I think so. I think that's already planned, right? I think if you look at what happened over the news over the last couple of weeks or months, he's been converting out of dollars pretty fast. He's been selling out of his dollars, U.S. dollars. What is he buying with it? I don't know. But again, and then about 3 weeks or 4 weeks prior to this, he was buying euros oil with China in euros. So just watch it. I don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to win? There's supposed to be other meetings happening. How is this going to end up? What is the U.S. going to do? Are we going to enter this war? If we go into war, then this escalates, right? This is yesterday's theory was if the war ends, then more than likely then we can go down, we can go up. But if this is the unknown, then this is going to put a lot of pressure. Guys, there's global supply chain issues out there, global. So that's not to put fear, but to really understand what's happening here. All these companies are sanctioning or pulling out of Europe, right? And so think of Apple, they're pulling out of Europe, they're taking out. So that's going to affect their bottom line as some way, shape, or form. So that means that they're going to make less money next quarter. They're going to guide down. Overall, collectively, as a market, is probably going to be lower, right? The market needs to price in the lack of income that they're getting from these. Now, we're talking about finances, so not to be unempathetic. I am very empathetic, so we're just going to talk about the money flow, the money, and basically how news is going to affect us. So just be ready, because it's not going to, it needs to be priced in. So we're probably going to head lower, what I'm noticing here. So, okay. So the levels here on the XPX, and that's why we're at the 50. More likely, it looks like it's going to decline. We didn't get that push that we did on the upside. So watch it there, and more likely, I think in the last 30 minutes, if no good news comes out, who's going to buy into the weekend, right? So I think that and look for an accelerator to the downside into the weekend. Who's going to buy into the weekend, into the unknown abyss? Again, so watch that. That's my feeling on it. As far as the NDX, and I'm looking at a different screen here. NDX, again, hourlies, and NASDAQ right here. We are right at that 50-day moving average. Again, we couldn't hold above it, double top here. We're probably going to work our way a lot lower here. Let me see if I can get those numbers. I think it's NQ. Let's look at the NQ. So again, okay, so this is the NQ, the NASDAQ minis. From this perspective, we went lower to about 13,745. It looks like we're trying to rally here. But again, watch to see what happens up in this area here. This is the hourlies. On the 15-minute time frame, we had, remember, if you're in my class, this is what we notice, and we got to notice these patterns. And it's just, again, this is the 15-minute time frame. So we're going to have one down, second sell off, right? So it's probably going to come back up. Is this going to be the third sell off, or is it going to come back up and then sell off? But watch it at the weekend. We don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to really buy this thing into the weekend, or at the open, the first cash session, the first hour? What's going to happen at the first hour? Are they going to drive it up and then down? So again, too far to chase at this moment. I wouldn't buy puts. I would, so wait an hour, let it settle. And then, let's see where it goes, and let it set up properly. Remember, you want to take your trades near the 50. And again, just too far away at this moment of time. If we look at the Russell's breaking down as well. This is the hourly on Russell, and we got Russell right here. So again, IWM is for the Russell. I'm going to go into this as well. Let me cover Bitcoin because we have it here, and then I'm going to punch in some other stuff here. Bitcoin, again. So Bitcoin is pretty interesting, and this is what I mean. Don't chase, let it base. Bitcoin went down a little bit, a lot actually. This is the daily on the Bitcoin. The lows here were 32,000, 33 right in there, and we have a nice basing pattern at this moment. The MACDs are confirming that with us at this moment. So again, it broke out, came back down, settling. Is using the 50-day moving average as a price of medium, right? Is the medium price in the last 50 days. Remember, we have not touched the 50-day prior to this since November of 2021. So right now we are now flirting with it. A lot of consolidation here. Let's see what happens here. But all the moving averages are joining forces. They're all tightening up. So this is telling me right now that maybe Bitcoin can maybe go higher. So if we come back, retest here, and you see all the moving average breaking through, this could be an entry because we have all the moving averages all together. So what I mean by that is we have the 4-day, the 20-day, and the 30-day, and the 50-day. All of them are trading above the 50-day in a daily time frame. That is price is conjunction. It's getting tightening up, and it's probably getting ready to move. Now the MACDs are also confirming it's above zero. And if it bounces here, this is exactly what we like to trade in our day trading system, but we're seeing it now on the daily time frame. So again, this is a lot slower. You'll have plenty of time to get in. And remember, if you're trading Bitcoin, that this is more of a longer term investment. But if you get the bounce here, right, then this could be a great opportunity. Now, there is some headwinds there. It could maybe linger here on the side, but we're close to an entry here. If it breaks down, that's fine. Then we'll probably, you can get out and then look for another entry on the back end. Or you want to hold it, that's fine, because you're closer to the bottom than you are to the top. So again, what I mean by that, this is going to help you avoid, and I know it's pretty difficult to buy here because you've seen it drop significantly, and most people tend to buy up here. But this is, to me, and it took me a long time to reverse that, is I get afraid to buy here because it's moved so dramatically. So this is a low probability compared to this is a higher probability because of a drop significantly. So again, if it takes out 45,000, it's probably going to work its way higher. Now remember, this is Bitcoin. It's not going to skyrocket, but due to the events of money, I think that I'm seeing a lot of people going into Bitcoin as a safe play. As far as now, if Bitcoin goes up, MicroStrategy is probably going to go up. Now I have the weeklies here on MicroStrategy. So again, MicroStrategy right now is showing the same pattern, but if Bitcoin starts going up, this could be a play for a longer term. So MicroStrategy at 438, we have a nice basing pattern, hit the 50. So let it break out. MACDs are trying to break through, but if Bitcoin goes up, this can probably start working its way higher. And remember, so that's MicroStrategy. Ethereum doing the same type of thing, same pattern, and let's see what happened. Tightening up. Look at all the moving averages tightening up, tightening up. They haven't seen it, hasn't broken through yet, but it's getting close. So I just want to identify this with you guys to show you the power of the MACDs and not MACDs, but all the moving averages. They're coming really close together, and momentum is building up. Let's see which way it goes. It can go either way. All right. As far as what to look for, let me load up. As far as the VIX, we've got the VIX out the way. Let me load up a new chart here. And what was that one? That was okay. That was SPY. Okay, let me look up SPY. Okay, so I have those, and I got SPY right here. Okay, so I have SPY. Okay, VIX is crossing. Okay, so here are the levels that I gave on the Patreon page yesterday. I'm gonna see if I can make this a little bigger for you guys. So for today, again, and what I'm telling you is that more than likely, it looks like we're rallying here a little bit. All moving. Let me see if I can make this a little bit better. Again, so we hit our levels yesterday. So yesterday, when I mentioned the plan in Patreon, we opened up really too high here. So we already hit our target pre-market. So, and we're too far up in the 50. We came back down. There's a moment here that you could have taken a couple of trades here as a day trade, but ultimately what we're noticing right now, all the moving average consolidating here. This is the 1 hour. And again, price is probably going to come back up, right? These are the levels that I have for today. Line in the sand is 434. Can we get above that? Can we get above 436? Then we can work our way higher. But with the unknown here, it looks like it's probably going to rally. What could happen at the open? Probably maybe rally up and maybe back down. I don't really see news coming in, so maybe that is the play. And we got the levels here of 430. That's equivalent to 4,300. And here's my 427, which is equivalent to about 4270, 4280. Remember, and then back here from a couple of days ago was my 422, which is equivalent to about 4222. So you have the levels here, and again, so this is what we're looking at if we're going to say for the downside. I just be careful at the end of the day. I suspect a huge sell-off to happen at the end, the last hour. Okay, so just be careful if you're long, if you're short, but I would play that. I don't know. Ask yourself who's going to buy into the weekend. On the 15-minute time frame, again, we do suspect some short covering coming up. So this is what I mean. In the first 15 minutes, it'll be great if the market comes back up a little bit or sideways to consolidate from the short selling that's coming. And we'll observe the price action the first hour. It's going to tell us a lot if fear is coming in, or is it going to be an exhaustion sell-off? So again, watch it. Okay, we got that out of the way. Let's look at the QQQs. Look at the QQQs. Okay, so the QQQ, same type of price pattern. Again, pre-market overnight, it went down to 336. Again, right at that 50 in the hourlies, right here. It looks like it's pre-market trying to go. Look at where the Qs are selling off. 342, 341 pre-market. Can't get above that. So again, yesterday couldn't break above 350. You had an entry right there to the downside. If you're looking at it and you trade how we do, then that was the entry right there. And now what are we doing here? So is it going to continue selling off? The MACDs are still going a little bit higher. It's telling me it's probably either going to go sideways or the 50 is going to try to meet there and see what happens at that 340, 341. But again, guys, so the unknown here is that we also don't know what China is doing, right? So China is kind of staying quiet. India is staying quiet. So there's a lot of things behind the background that's working. That's we don't know what's happening. So we have what? India and Pakistan. We have China and Taiwan. If anything else escalates, it's going to put more pressure on the global supply chains. And, again, we saw this happening a while back. And what I mean by that is we saw money coming out of the big sectors. We thought it was because of the Fed of inflation, but the prices went below that. There's always people that know. So again, just be careful, guys, out there. No doom and gloom. You guys know how to trade to the downside, so make sure you buy your protection puts. And again, there'll be an opportunity at 341, maybe to the top side. Now, this is voided if we go above 342, 343. Is that going to happen? Possibly. You have to, play the laws of percentages and say, okay, what could happen, right? So again, that is a possibility. But right now, knowing what everything's about to transpire, and then there's threats of nuclear, right? So let's see what happens there. Don't know if that's going to happen, but you have to just play in that possibility. Okay, so now we have the IWM. Now look at the IWM on the hourlies and the 50. So everything's winding up here on the hourlies. All the moving averages telling me a big move is inevitable. and it's ready to rock and roll on the hourly. So again, how do we play this? So this looks yummy to play. Okay, so what I mean by that, we're probably hitting that 197 if you're playing that, and then this thing can drop pretty significant, guys. Again, we got 196. We got 192 and then ultimately 187. So if you're playing IWM, this is equivalent to the RUT. So remember, 1 point is equivalent to 10 points on the RUT. So it depends how you want to play. These will be cheaper, too playable than the RUT. Buy yourself some time if you need to. Okay, so right now, intraday here. Looks like it's coming to the end. There might be an exhaustion sell-off here, but let's see what happens at the first hour. Let's see if it comes back up and then maybe get into some positions there. So I would wait, don't get in, because it looks to me what's going to happen is it's probably going to sell off and they're going to take people into buying puts, and then they're going to bring it back up, take those people out, and then it'll probably come back down. But watch it the last hour and the first hour of trading. Okay, so I'm going to go into the normal that we normally cover here. I don't have my screens up normally, but let's just cover. Let's do it. So we got Google. And again, Google, on the hourly basis, winding up, is probably going to sell off. Days like today, Google likes to sell off big. Okay, unknowns. So again, we're noticing Google winding up, coming down, coming to the end here. Let's see if we can rally up. And again, same type of thing as IWM. All right, so we got that covered. Now let's look at Amazon. And again, Amazon solding off tremendously. Okay, there was some news that came out through Amazon last time, but again, so the play was yesterday here when we got them both at the 50, guys. I hope you noticed that. Boom, boom. That was the play. When we get them both from the 50 up or down, that's when you take action, and that's when you get the highest probability entries. And if you're in those trades, you're probably looking really well. What's going to happen today? It could rally up, and there probably could be a continuation. So remember, there's days twos to the downside. There hasn't been day twos to the upside. So again, there we go. All right, so now we have Amazon. Let's look at Tesla. Now, Tesla, one thing I do notice, it is being bought. That is the case. So more likely, it looks like it sold off yesterday tremendously. And let's see what happened again. So again, if you're watching Tesla, look here again. Yeah, the hourlies right there, sell off. Boom. On the hourlies on the 50-day and the hourlies on the 50-minute on the 50-day, 15-minute time frame. Same time frame. This is when you load the boat. Again, upside and downside. And this is what we teach at the Patreon course on Sundays. This is what we go over. We're going to drill this inside of you so you can observe this and take action on this. So again, more than likely, I want to just trade these setups right now, because, and when we observe these things, let's observe. Let's just go through it. I have a couple minutes here. Look where all the moving averages are going. They're just breaking. The momentum was building up, coming, squeezing at the 50-day, and boom, sold off. Again, we look at the 50-minute time frame, squeezing, and boom, sold off, right? MACD's told you, confirmation. So hope you guys enjoy that. If you did, there it is right there. If you haven't, don't worry, we'll catch the next one. All right, Tesla, what else we got? We have ISRG. And again, ISRG still working his way higher. Again, these guys do medical sales or heart transplants, so it is working his way higher. So again, we have one here. Now, ISRG looks like it's probably going to sell off on the 15-minute time frame. More than likely, look at this. It's probably going to go down. How would I read this? Pretty simple. It's probably going to come down maybe to the 50-day moving average right there around 294. Is it going to happen today? Maybe, maybe not. But it looks like it's probably going to come back down to around 294 right in there. So again, we're noticing the squeeze right now on the 15-minute time frame, coming back down, up, down, and 294 is right there on the ISRG, which is right around 300. So that is a possibility. Okay, so CMG again, again, this one is not as clear. Again, we had the break of the 50, but it wasn't as clear, as clean as the other one. So again, you don't want to force things. That's kind of, just trade is your money. Trade accordingly to the things you want to see. But again, we have that. So that's what we have on this page. And just notice that the chips will be affected too, guys. The chips will be affected because a lot of raw materials are up there. Now, the stocks that I have noticed, again, cybersecurity is a threat, guys. So again, this is why we have PANW. This is why I brought it up to your attention. It's selling off a little bit, which is it's weird. Let's see what PMW here is on the dailies. Okay, so yeah, it's selling off because obviously we rocketed, right? So look at the dailies, we rocketed. It just hitting its head around 598, which around 600 is probably going to consolidate. Let's see here, but these are the stocks that can possibly move. So again, I'm going to go into a different time frame because these are more a little bit of an investment type of thing. But again, move nicely here and break into it. So I'm looking at the hourlies and the dailies here. We're looking at 2 time frames in case you're an investor. So it probably needs to pull back. Let's see how it pulls back. And if it hold these levels of 569, 570, and let's see that. So again, but these are cybersecurity stocks, guys. So again, I think this is probably going to be next. Z scaler right here is just kind of consolidating here sideways. We don't have the moving averages tightening up yet, but that's just something to put on your watch list. We have CrowdStrike, CRAW, CRD. Is CrowdStrike again. So that moved right here, bouncing. So again, we had the breakout, retest, and the moving average is about to go, right? Has earnings coming up, but these guys do cybersecurity. So again, that is something you want to put on your watch list if you're looking for something. We have CrowdStrike. What is the other one? Net. And obviously, you do have the defense stocks as well. So net right there, not quite there yet on the dailies, but it looks like it can probably go. If it takes out 121, it's probably going to go. Let it rally up. But again, these are cyber security stocks, guys. Okay, so those are the ones I'm giving you right now. All right, so what do I have here? I don't know what's happening, but so I got James. Okay, so... All right, so James says, I don't know what's happening, but again, that's why our former gigantic hammers reverse. I forget that they're called. The 24 indices are going nuts. Yeah, I did notice that. And what else you got? Can you remind me what platform you use for trading? I know you mentioned there were 2 before. Great. The 2 platforms I use multiple platforms. I have an account with JP Morgan where I keep some money there and I just have it moving. But that's more my safety haven. But again, you're not getting good interest rates there. So I use their brokerage platforms there to get some money. And I use very conservative strategies there. My main platform I use, Think or Swim, is by TD Ameritrade. Been with them for years. That's one. You can open an account there. They have a paper account there. And so you can follow along and paper trade if you don't want a real trade. What I suggest we do not trade on margin. Get a cash account so that way you can trade, intraday and you trade what you have. So they allow you to trade that if you want to do that. If you want to do spread trades and you get a margin account, I would open up multiple accounts, cash, margins, and then have some safety accounts there as well. And then what other accounts do I have? I have one more. I have a couple too. I have a Coinbase account, Webull, but the main one I use is Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is one I use. All right, for trading, Thinkorswim is the one I use. I know you mentioned. And yeah, you can do Webull. Webull's a little bit better. Robinhood, I would avoid Robinhood right now. Bad fills. Webull's a little bit better. But again, ultimately what I would suggest is probably go to Thinkorswim. I also have an E-Trade account. I'm not E-Trade, a Fidelity account. So the Active Trader Pro, it's pretty nice. They have a nice platform as well. So here's the other thing, and thank you for allowing me to do that, is that we have to now, you have to look at what is a possibility that could occur, right? So if this is escalating, what's going to be the next thing? And I was talking to a friend, and more than likely, I think that the next, if America goes in, how would they attack us from X amount of miles away? It's the internet, right? So if the internet goes away, if they go after the electricity, right, the power grid, internet, just know this, that if you're trading and you're in options, and that's why I encourage everyone, buy time or get in and out of your trades. Because if you have an option and the internet goes away, then your option goes away. You're done, right? So again, just know that is a possibility. I don't want to be doom and gloom, but I want to be prepared and just encourage you to buy your time. So 1, you're not freaking out emotionally, and 2, you can make a better informed decision. And you can always get back inside of a trade. So pay a little extra and just buy your time for the emotional mindset. And also, you're not, the Delta, Delta's not messing with you. But Again, Tesla is well, I don't. Yeah, Tesla is rallying right now. Okay, let's see Tesla. But anyway, those are the ones that I have. Oh, Weebo. What's up, Moses? How's it going? Weebo has no E-mini 2 trades. Okay, so great. The other thing which you can do is trade the SPY. They trade identical to the E-minis, and they're cheaper. So they are the same format. So let me see if I can share. Let me pop up something here for you guys. So if I go to, and again, trading view is going to be a little bit less. So if I go to ES11, I'm just going to go here. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you the difference here. Let me go there, and I'm just going to, let me put symbol. And then, so that's ES. Okay, so now we're going to put SPY. So if you notice here, and now the ES obviously is going to be a little bit delayed, but 43.19, and we have 40 on the ES. If you see the price here, it's 431.9, right? So again, 431.8. I mean, so the SP, so 1 point here is $10 here. So it's equivalent, right? So these will be very liquid, extremely liquid, right? So it'll be absorbed, it'll be cheaper. Just know that. So again, this is equivalent to both. Okay, so if you want to trade them, they'll be liquid. All right, what else we got? So again, that's what we got. I think that's what we cover here. We got some good plays here. Let me see. Let me bring this back. Okay. So you got the spiders right now. This is daily. I'm going to put this back to hourlies here. I'm going to put this back to 15-minute time frame. Okay, so like I said today, guys, so the main play here is I think that we're probably going to rally. We sold off. Let's see if we rally here. Look at the MACDs here coming to the end. Let us see if we can rally. I don't think that this rally is going to hold. That's the thing. So get ready. MACD, all the moving averages are converging here, telling me to break down again. So the levels are going to be looking for, if I go into the E-minis, I gave it to you. Did I show up? No, I don't have it. I have to use a different. It's right here. Okay. Let me see if I can move this. That is setup number 2. Okay. Here we go. Okay, E-minis. All right, so this is the setups that I had for the E-minis. This is the weekly, this big box. I know it looks like a bit of jargon, but the big box is the weeklies. All right, these long boxes are going to be the weeklies, and these are the ranges that I think that we could see for today if we start breaking down. So again, opportunities are going to be probably to the downside. Let's see what happens. And again, E-minis are right there. Right there. Okay, so we have Tesla moving. Let's look at Tesla real quick. Tesla's moving with Dogecoin. So Tesla, guys, is being bought. So, you know, any opportunity that goes down, and I'll demonstrate that for you guys. If we look at Tesla, you know, Tesla is being bought at every dip here. So let me go a little higher, and then I'll get ready for my day. But Tesla, you know, again, doesn't stay below the below 800 very long. So again, here's a day that it kind of went below. This was on January 28th. This is when it first kind of cracked right below 700, and then it got bought up the next day. And then again, this was February 22nd and the 23rd. We sold off. And the 24th, and look where Tesla went down to 700, and it got bought up again above 800. So just know the patterns here on Tesla. Tesla is getting bought below 800. It's being bought, right? So that's what I'm noticing, and it's not being bought like a little bit, it's being bought a lot. So again, you know, so any opportunity I think it goes down, if you're a long-term investor, right? And again, this is something I'm noticing in price patterns. I've also have dabbled in Tesla below 800. So just adding it. And again, I'm holding on this a longer term. That's just my strategy of just noticing a price action. Just know that So if Tesla drops down, you know, are we going to work lower? Yeah, we're working to 836. Now notice the top. The top is 950. 950 is pretty strong, and then we have this 8. It was like 888. Yeah, 888, 888, right in there. 888, 890. We're having a hard time breaking above that. So let's see. Again, that's what we have. All right, guys. That's all we have. I got to restart my computer. So go out there, go get it. Stay tuned. You know, it's gonna be a wait to the close, and let's see what happens. If you have any questions, just email me, text me, and we'll go out there, go get it, go get it. All right, let me see what Tesla looks here. Yeah, it's 15-minute time frame. It's again 15-minute time frame on Tesla. Yeah, it's gonna rally right now. It's coming to the end. It's probably gonna rally again. Same type of pattern I'm just noticing. Right, we sold off hard, gonna rally. Let's see how high this thing goes. 843, 863. You know, sold off pretty hard. So is there gonna be continuation? Is it gonna rally? It's gonna be sold off? Don't know. But let's see if it can come back up. And again, when these things happen, they're pretty significant. When we get them both on the hourlies, that's pretty significant. We usually get a day too. All right. But again, let it come back up and see what happens there. All right, guys, that's all we got. Let's go out there, go get it, and make sure to press like, subscribe. All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.